Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Myth Busting. Today's episode is going to be a fun one as we go through all the mobs in the game, find out how much health they have, and as the video title suggests, find out how to one-hit kill them. Now there are two things that I want to mention before we get into this. First of all, we are in Minecraft 1.8.8. I don't like doing myth busting on the snapshots as they are developmental versions, so for that reason we're doing it on the latest full release. Now as well as that, a lot of mobs in the game don't have a lot of health, and this means that there are many combinations in which you could use to one-hit kill them. For example, if we could one-hit kill a mob with a sharpness 1 diamond sword, then we can do the same amount of damage or more with a sharpness 2 iron and a sharpness 4 gold. And with all the other tools in the game as well, and the different enchantments, there are many combinations sometimes. So I'm mainly just going to focus on what you can do with a diamond sword, and sometimes some other tools as well. But that's all I wanted to mention before we get into this, and we're going to start off with how to one-hit kill the Wither boss. Okay, I've got my Smite 5 sword at the ready, and we've got the last Wither skull here. Let's place it down and summon this guy in. Okay, we will also need to get a critical hit on the Wither, so let's charge in there, let's time our jump, and bam, we have killed it in one hit. And I know what you're thinking, that's not possible in survival mode. I am in survival mode, but this was not done legitimately. There is no way to kill the Wither in one hit legitimately, and the only way that you can do it is with strength. This is level 31 right here, this is the absolute minimum. If you have a Smite 5 sword and a critical hit, plus strength 31, then you can kill the Wither in one hit. But that's the only way, and as I said, it's totally not legitimate. So there are only two mobs in this game that can be killed with just your fist. The first one is the slime, and that is of course the smallest size. This guy has half a heart of health, and you can just punch him and kill him in one go. The other mob is the magma slime. This guy also has half a heart of health, but he also has an armor rating of 1.5, which means it takes 2 hits to kill him. However, if you jump and bring a critical into this, then you'll be able to kill him in one go. So let's do it. Let's jump, bam, critical hit and a punch, and you can kill that mob in one hit. A medium slime has 2 hearts of health, and that means that we can one-hit kill it with a wooden sword. Bam, there you go, died in one hit. Now if we were to use a critical hit as well, that means we can kill it with a wooden pickaxe or a stone shovel. And here's 2 other creatures that also have 2 hearts of health. We've got the chicken over here, so critical hit, and it goes down in one go. And we've also got the snowman as well. Once again, critical hit, and it goes down in one. There is one other mob that has 2 hearts of health, and that is the medium magma cube, and it also has 6 armor points. So if we summon one in, you can use a wooden sword, but you'll have to jump and get a critical hit to kill it in one go. And if we summon in another one, you can also just hit it with a stone sword. Now the large slime has 8 hearts of health, and to kill it in one hit, we're going to need a sharpness 4 sword and a critical hit as well. And there you go, down in one. A spider also has 8 hearts of health, and to kill it in one hit with a diamond sword, you need Bane of Arthropods 2 and a critical hit. There you go, and you can also do this with a wooden sword as well, but you need Bane of Arthropods 4. So it shows you how much of a difference that enchantment makes. So the other mob that has 8 hearts of health, you guessed it, is the large magma cube, but it also has 12 armor points, which means we're going to end up using a strength potion. But because this adds so much extra damage, we can actually reduce the amount of sharpness that we use. Instead of sharpness 5, this is sharpness 3. You'll also need a critical hit as well, and then you'll be able to take down a large magma cube in one hit. This next group of mobs all have 10 hearts of health, and 2 of them are undead. That's the skeletons on this side over here. So to kill them one hit, we need a Smite 4 sword and a critical hit. So let's jump, strike this guy, and let's jump and strike the skeleton as well. As you can see, they're both one hit. Now because sharpness 5 and isn't enough with a critical hit, we have to use a strength potion. It means you can actually use a stone sword and a critical hit. So let's drink the potion of strength, and then go in with just the stone sword, and you can see all it took was one hit. Same for the villager, same for the wolf over here, bam, and same for the blaze as well. So these 3 mobs have something in common with the skeletons that we just saw. They're all undead, and they can all be killed with a Smite 4 sword and a critical hit. The difference here though is that these guys have 10 hearts of health, but also 2 armor points. But as you can see, they can all be one hit kill with a Smite 4 sword and a critical hit. And here's an additional thing you should definitely know about when it comes to zombie pigmen. If you one-hit kill them, they're not going to make their friends aggressive. So let's strike this guy. There you go. And now we're going to hit one of them without a critical hit, and they'll all become aggressive. So I got another one for you that's not possible in survival. Let's one hit kill this giant, and giant's not even possible to spawn in survival. That's strength level 7, and also we've got smite 5 and a critical hit to kill it in one go. So like I showed you with the wither, I will show you how to kill an ender dragon in one hit. You're going to need 75 levels of strength, sharpness 5 and a critical hit, which is a little bit of a mystery as this guy has 100 hearts of health and the wither has 150, yet we need so much more strength to kill it. Now the wiki doesn't list this as having any armor points, and my theory is that because you normally kill this thing with bows, maybe swords are somehow made to be less effective. Anyway, let's fly in there, let's take that one hit, and we've killed the ender dragon in one go. I've got to say it, this next part of the video feels really cruel, but it is for educational purposes, and all of these mobs right here have 5 hearts of health, which means we can one hit kill them with the iron sword and a critical hit. So the rabbit, the squid, the cow, the pig, the mushroom and the ocelot can all be one hit kill with an iron sword and a critical hit. Here's another mob that has 5 hearts and can be killed one hit. It is the Ghast, and you can do this with just a power 1 bow. As you can see, that was a power 1 bow right there. You do have to pull it back all the way, and this means that if you use a different enchantment like power 5, you don't have to pull it back as far. However, getting the exact measurement is a little bit tricky. You saw there, didn't pull it back all the way. That time a little less as well, but all you need is power 1. Next up we have 4 mobs that all have 4 hearts of health, and they can be killed one hit with a stone sword and a critical hit. So make sure to get that critical in, and you'll be able to kill it with a stone sword. We've got the endermite as well as the silverfish, and then we have the sheep. Now something interesting here, if you try and kill it with just an iron sword, it's going to take 2 hits. However, if you use an iron sword and a critical hit, it does enough damage. So those criticals really do make a big difference. And the 4th mob is a regular wolf. We saw this earlier, but that was a tamed wolf. So a regular wolf has less hearts than a tamed one. The next mob is the bat, and for obvious reasons I've summoned this in without an AI, so it will just stay in one spot. And these things, I've got to say, are pretty adorable close up. But they can be one hit kill with a wooden sword and a critical hit, or just a stone sword. Next on the list is the cave spider with 6 hearts of health, and there are 2 ways to kill this. One is with a diamond sword and a critical hit, the other is with a sharpness 2 iron sword and a critical hit. So you may have thought just sharpness 1 would do, but you actually need 2 levels of sharpness to take this guy out. So that's good stuff to know if you're down here in a mine shaft. And another thing I'll point out is that you need to jump for critical hits. So where you encounter these guys, that can be a little bit limited. So of course be careful. You can see here, well, I've been poisoned already. Let's try it again. There you go, one hit kill, and now let's do it with the iron sword. So our creepy friend the Enderman has 20 hearts of health. That's twice the amount that the player has. And I thought of a way that you could actually kill this in survival, and that is using full damage. So if we push this guy off the edge, he's going to fall down 34 blocks, and that's enough to kill him in one go. Now the chances of recreating this in survival are extremely slim. Now because we're in a void environment, this guy doesn't have so many places to teleport to, so when we hit him he's less likely to teleport. So if you hit an Enderman in survival, unless you're in an environment built like this in the end, then it's not going to be possible. However, you could nudge an Enderman off a cliff if you just so happen to find him on one that was tall enough, and that would be a way to one hit kill him without actually hitting it. So the witch has 13 hearts, and that means that we're going to have to use a strength potion, which also means we don't need enchantments. We can get away with just a diamond sword and a critical hit. So let's drink that strength potion, let's summon her in, and here's a one-hit kill. Next on our list with 15 hearts is the Guardian, and you may be thinking sharpness 5 and strength, but no, this is actually sharpness 1 and strength 2. So you're going to need the strength 2 level of potion, and that's why the sharpness is so much lower. And of course a critical hit as well. It's just like you've seen it before. The Elder Guardian has 40 hearts, and that's too many for us to realistically kill it in survival. So we have strength 5 at the moment, and with that and a sharpness 5 sword, you can kill this guy in one hit. So with iron golems, it doesn't matter if they've spawned in naturally or you've built one in like this, they will always have 50 hearts of health. And once again, this is one of those ones that we can't kill in survival mode. I've got strength level 5, and we need a sharpness 5 sword and a critical hit to get it in one. When it comes to these next mobs, I'm not going to be telling you how to one-hit kill them, because when they spawn in naturally, their health can be anywhere between 7.5 and 15. Of course, I'm talking about the horse, the donkey, and the mule. When it comes to the skeleton horse and the undead horse, I'm not sure what their default hit points are, but again, they can't spawn in naturally, so I didn't really see the point with these ones. As I said though, their health can be anywhere between 7.5 and 15. So I knew if I didn't mention this, it would come up in the comments down below. There isn't a way to one-hit kill a riding entity like the spider jockey or the chicken jockey, because they're actually separate entities when it comes to taking damage, as this spider is so generously showing us right here. So the same rules would apply as I've shown you already. They have the same amount of hit points as regular mobs. Now, I said earlier that there wouldn't be any 1.9 shenanigans in this video, but I did want to share with you that the Shulker has 15 hearts of health, and it also has 20 armor points when it's closed and 10 armor points when it's open, and even with strength 2 and sharpness 5 you can't kill it. So I'm waiting for it to open. There we go. You can see one hit is not enough. So that's going to be it from me this episode of Minecraft Myth Busting. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, and if I missed anything in the video, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. But I think I covered just about everything that I could, and I do hope you have enjoyed it. I had a real good time recording this video today. But anyway, that's it from me. Of course, be sure to check out the Minecraft Myth Busting playlist if you haven't seen more of these videos, and there will be a link for that in the description box down below. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.